Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things fandom on this channel, and we talk about it in a positive way. And if that's something that appeals to you, you've come to the right place. We're so happy to have you here, and today is Thursday. And I had a different video planned for today. However, yesterday some news came out that we have to talk about, and that is the announcement by James Gunn that we are getting another Superman movie, and the name of that Superman movie is Superman Man of Tomorrow. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so if you've been following the DCU news, you know that this announcement dropped. If you've been following James Gunn news or any number of YouTube channels, all of a sudden, it's all anyone is talking about is that we're getting another Superman film, and it's going to be titled Superman Man of Tomorrow. Now, this is a good thing in a couple of different ways, but a lot of people are going to start to give you a narrative. They're going to give you this narrative that this is not going to be a Superman film, or this is not going to be this, or this is not going to be that. So let's break down exactly what was said. So first off, it's being reported everywhere. We're going to take a look at what Deadline had to say about it yesterday, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts. So according to Deadline, following the massive success that was Superman, DC Studios is moving fast on its next film revolving around the Man of Steel and has it named Man of Tomorrow. And it will premiere on July 9th of 2027. Now, James Gunn will be back writing and directing with David Corenswet and Nicholas Hoult expected to return as Clark Kent, Superman, and Lex Luthor. It tells us Gunn made the announcement on social media Wednesday with an original image of Lex Luthor and Superman drawn by Jim Lee. This comes as the latest Superman film has crossed 600 million at the worldwide box office, and this makes this film's current gross 611 million global. In recent works, Gunn had hinted that he was already at work on the next film, although he did say it was not a straight sequel. DC is already getting ready to show us what the next films are in Supergirl on June 26th of 2026, and the studio is set to go into production on Clayface, which is to come out on September 11th, 2026. Superman was considered to reset the DC cinematic universe, with Gunn and the co-head of studios, Peter Safran, also writing the screenplay based on the characters by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. It hit theaters July 11th and opened to 125 million at the domestic box office, eventually becoming the first DC movie to cross the $300 million mark at the domestic box office since the 2022's Batman. So when they talk about the Batman, they're talking about Robert Pattinson's Batman, of course, which is actually an Elseworlds film. Now, the narrative, of course, if this movie changes its plans, because originally this next Superman sequel was going to be a Super Family sequel. That's kind of what was hinted, but it was never explicitly said that that was going to be what we were getting definitely, because in Hollywood, things change. The script starts to get written and it doesn't conform to the narrative that we expected it to when you start writing the script. Things change, ideas change, and ultimately what ends up happening is what you get. Now, the thing of that is that the Superman movie we're getting is going to be called Superman Man of Tomorrow. Apparently, that's kind of the thing. It's going to be called Superman Man of Tomorrow. Now, this is the working title. That could change, in fact, too. But the concept art does show Lex Luthor and Superman together. And it does show that they're next to each other. Now, the narrative I've heard about that is that this is going to be a team-up movie between Lex Luthor and Superman. That's what everybody's trying to run with. I don't think that's the case. Basically, Jim Lee drew the concept art for this movie, and I do expect that we are going to see Lex Luthor put on the green armor. We're going to get that in this movie. I think that we're going to see the other players at hand too. I think we will see Krypto again. I think we will see Supergirl again. I definitely think that we're going to see those characters in this next movie as well. Now, what makes this cool is that this doesn't change anything we've been told. Because what we've been told about the DCU is that we're going to get 2 movies a year. And that's what they promised. And so far, the 2 movies a year seem to be an Elseworlds movie and a regular DC movie. Now, of course, Superman kicked it off this year, which means next year we're getting the Supergirl movie and the Clayface movie. And then after that, the next year in 2027, we are getting the sequel to the Batman with Robert Pattinson, and we're getting the Superman sequel. But this might not, like I said, be a Superman sequel. No matter what the case is here, we're still only going to be getting 2 films a year, which I think they have learned a lesson from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So essentially, if you're just following the regular DCU movies, then the Elseworlds movies aren't as important to you and you probably don't need to watch them. Now, of course, if you're like me, you probably devour everything that is put out, and therefore you're going to want to watch all of these movies, even if they are an Elseworlds movie, even if they don't have the same narrative as the regular DCU. Because I don't think fans are going to get confused by that. I think that fans have the intelligence to know the difference between Elseworlds and regular DCU stuff. It just comes down to they're doing this 2 films a year. And that's what we've been told, and so far, that's what they've stuck with. So I think this is great. I anticipate that they're going to announce more projects that are coming out, and that these are going to be some of the other ones that we want to see. Now, I know originally Sergeant Rock was on that list, and that didn't work out. But that's not to say we won't see that character again, that script isn't going to be redone at some point and come out. It just isn't going to be part of this next couple of years. And that's fine, because the next couple of years, that leaves room for Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. That's right, you get those guys back in the mix, and I think we're off to a good start. But I wanted to let you know that this news had dropped and let you know that this is what's going on, and to remind you that this isn't going to be a super family script necessarily. However, I do expect all of them to be in it together. I expect Krypto and Supergirl to appear. But however this turns out, just know that this is what's going forward, and it looks amazing so far. And I personally cannot wait for them to show us the Supergirl movie and then this new Superman movie. I'm excited, but I want to know what you guys are thinking about it. Are you excited about this news? Not excited about it? Remember, there is no wrong answer here. We are all just fans talking about the fandom we love, but I want to hear from each and every one of you. So make sure you drop that comment in the comment box below letting me know what you think. Don't forget to share this video with all of your friends so they can be a part of this crazy conversation as well. Then you're going to want to hit that like button if you like positive content and don't want to see all the negativity in your feed. You're going to want to push that like button if you want to see more creators talking to you positively about your fandoms. So make sure you hit that like button, and if you like my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. And then you're going to want to hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video we do. And friends, at the end of the day, I know it and you know it. Fandom is family.